you have an experience of one, something particularly heinous, what makes a terrible professional development in service? Top 5. We've had enough warm fuzzies this morning. Let's roll up our sleeves and get gritty. Okay, you may not make it all through 5, but you should have a couple down. Let's hear them.
Present or lack of interest.
Present or lack of interest. Thank you. What else?
Talking at me like I'm not knowledgeable of the topic.
Exactly.
Raising your hand, hands go up, mouths are shut.
Ooh. Okay. Dylan, what do you have?
You had one more in service on 6 traits.
Very good. Scott, did you write that one down?
That's my whole job.
Kind of related to that, if I don't see the relevance in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah. I put that pointless.
Okay.
I put that down.
I like the giant package of all the PowerPoint slides that they're going to hand to me and then put in front of me and then read to me. That's particularly useful to me. What else? Anything else?
No conversations and no conclusions.
Yeah.
Ooh, good.
Wow.
Unrealistic expectations. When administrators will come out and they're like, we're rolling out this brand new thing that everyone has to have done by next week. Yeah. Anything else?
Rambling.
Rambling.
Like trying to use all the time, so they just start talking.
So they can get their paycheck according to the contract.
Well, I hear a lot of people will share boxed in services, so that here we've purchased this giant generic in service that has no relevance to our community or our kids, and we've spent thousands of dollars on it, and here you're supposed to do something with it.
Literacy first.
A topic that has nothing to do with what we need, that generally came from administration without teacher input.
Yeah, very good. That's always on my list too. That always is on my list too. Also something that disappears. I felt like as a teacher I can sit there and go, yeah, this is not going to be around in 6 months. And they're all excited about it. Oh, and then we're going to do this, and we're going to do this, and we're going to do this. And it's like, yeah, this is we're never going to see this again.
PD that's run and contains nothing that speaks to how your classroom should look. There's no presenter group interactions that look like teacher-student interactions.
Ooh, okay, good, good.
None of the presenters are teachers.
Very good, very good.
Or they ran away from teaching.
Yeah.
Or there's no follow-up. Here's a dump truck full of stuff that you're supposed to do.
And you can email me, but I really won't answer it.
Right, right. And I'll check back in with you at the end of the year. Yeah. Oh man, isn't this good? See? All right. I hope I've riled up some gritty, like anger, resentment, kicked you in the stomach, and. Well, I want to speak first of all about the sort of some new professional development and services that we're seeing come down the pike. And the need from these sort of came from, I've worked a lot with the Literacy Academy. I've presented with Leavenworth. That's a wonderful model. As I was visiting, as I continue to visit with administrators, what they are looking for is they're looking for in professional development in service. It doesn't do any of this. And that's what we seek to do. We know as teachers what we need, what we want, and more specifically what we don't want. But administrators are looking for in-services that can go across the curriculum, that will move across the curriculum and really make use of this PLC time. Do you all have PLC groups in your schools? And from my experience, what I felt like happened with PLC is a bunch of us did the training, really excited about the training. We went and did the training. It was really kind of got a lot of, right off the bat, people were excited about it. And then there wasn't a lot of accountability. The guidelines were not clearly defined. And our PLC groups found out that we finally had all this time that we'd been asking for, but the expectations, the goals were not realistic, and they were not aligned as a school. So the writing project has this wonderful opportunity to make use of those PLC times to bring in and across the curriculum, training and in-services that make use of these PLC groups. Now, are your PLC groups, are they by grade, by what are some of your PLC?
Subject area.
Subject.
Yours are subject area. Anybody else?
Great.
Yours are by grade. Anyone else?
Both.
Both, yeah.
Yeah.
So you see it all over the place. And some schools are doing some tremendous things within their PLC groups and how to use writing, as Paul talked about before, writing as a cornerstone to all of these different subject areas. Specifically, these in-services are looking to enhance school culture. And I think that we can all agree that our schools have our own individual school culture. So we're looking for something as a unifying, using writing as a unifying measure for school culture. Steve over at Seton, they're doing some really exciting things with Scott on school culture. We're starting some work with Ruskin High School. They especially have an interesting, I don't know if you guys have been following this, they have an interesting makeup. They're now their 9th grade has gone somewhere else. They have teachers who had been at one school for so long and now they're not. So they're sort of redefining their school culture. So using writing as a way to enhance school culture. Using writing as a way to reach across the curriculum and again to make use of PLC time. The thing that I have found with rolling out these in-services, this writing across the curriculum, or what we're really calling it is building a writing community, that anyone can walk into a school and know that writing literacy is a cornerstone of the school. It's part of the school community. For example, at Ruskin, their teachers, their core curriculum teachers, are expected to write every single hour of every single day. So every single core curriculum teacher is writing in that school, and that's phenomenal. What we're bringing to the school are low-stakes writing activities. So these are writing activities that are short, they're gradable in a sense that you do it or you don't, which is excellent for teachers who are timid about, I can't teach writing because I don't know how to grade it. I don't know anything about grammar. I don't want anything to do with that. Well, is it there or is it not there? So we're looking for low-stakes writing that helps students build confidence and take risks. So for a phase 1 type of thing, we're looking for journal entries, and these can be digital journals if students have a means to do that, or a writer's notebook. I know that's something they're working on at Seton and Ruskin, that every single student may have a free reading book, but every single student has a writer's notebook that doesn't get collected just in the English class, but that's going to travel from class to class. So if I'm going into my math class, I've got a 2-minute board work bell reflection that I'm going to write. And then I'm going to walk into history class, and I'm going to know that when I sit down in history, boom, there's a quote on the board, and I'm supposed to write. And then I'm going to walk over to science, and so that this writer's notebook travels from classroom to classroom. And I've seen some really exciting things with it. Things happen with it. Mostly because, again, it's building that writing community. Every single kid is expected, every single teacher is expected to do this. And it's really creating a neat environment. So these low-stakes writing activities are, again, low stakes in terms of points. They may not be more than 5 or 10 points. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, go ahead.
It has to be worth a grade.
It doesn't have to be worth a grade. No, but some of those students will be like, how much is this worth? Then I will determine. Yeah, go ahead.
Also, accountability for that. Is there like a homeroom teacher that just looks through it or whatever?
And I think, again, that's what's so exciting, especially with the shift to the teacher inquiry. Each school, the schools that I'm working with are working in their own, what works best for the school. I'll use as Ruskin as a model. Their teachers have a separate grade, and so no one is in charge of the note. No one person is in charge of the notebook. But if I'm teaching science, I have my writer's note. I have my journal. 5 points bell work every day. Did you do it? Did you do it? And I can walk around. Yes, you breathe. Yes, you breathe. Yes, I can do it. Boom, like that. I can have everyone hold it up. Boom, like that. And you can just tell. Did you do it? Did you not do it? Or some teachers may not make it be worth credit. Some teachers may not make it worth credit every single day. Again, so low stakes, it encourages risks. This is sort of a phase 1 of where to move from there.